The weather now in the night should be dry with the temperature falling to about 1 degree centigrade. Tomorrow it should stay dry. That's it. Good night.
If you advertise a frying pan on television, you can demonstrate how quickly it gets hot. You can hear the pancakes sizzle. And you can demonstrate the non-stick finish. Smells delicious. If, on the other hand, you were to advertise in the press, all you'd be able to do is...
There's one place products really move. Television.
Look what happened when a fixed-head razor met a twin-blade pivot-headed Contour from Gillette. While a fixed-head razor don't always hug the jaw, Contour's pivot head helps keep both blades there for sure. So Contour won the contest, and much more.
Contour! Gillette Contour!
Save? Me? You must be joking. Life's too short. Have a good time, enjoy yourself, have a few laughs with your mates, eh? I've got plenty of time for saving. You won't catch me living like a hermit. Spend it while you've got it, mate, that's what I say. Here, anybody left me a fiver till payday? Eh?
The best things in life are free, they say. But to enjoy them, most of us need something put by. So when you're saving for the things you want in life, your hard-earned money will thrive with us, Britannia.
Good evening. Tonight on Midweek Sports Special, international action in snooker and football. The snooker comes from the Assembly Rooms in Derby, and it's the Yamaha International Masters. Tonight, Alex Higgins is the star attraction. He won the event when it was held for the first time in 1980, now seeking a place in the semi-finals.
Cheeky boy.
And from Hampden Park, Glasgow, Scotland against Wales, their last ever meeting in the British Championship, a rehearsal for a World Cup qualifier to come later this year.
And Charles couldn't scramble it in. How on earth did Scotland survive?
And the big football news of the day as Mark Hullier, the chairman, and Lenny Lawrence, the manager, give their reaction to Charlton Athletic being wound up today in the High Court. But first, the other headlines of the day from Steve Ryder.
England convincingly beat France in the Under-21 Championship at Hillsborough, and that gives the senior squad a great boost before tomorrow's international in Paris. Mark Hateley, the Portsmouth striker, got 4 goals as the Under-21s came from behind to win 6-1. In Division 1, Birmingham win the Midlands Derby, beating West Brom at St Andrews, and a Mick Vinter goal sends Oxford to the top of Division 3.
Now the winding up of Charlton Athletic in the High Court today. The Inland Revenue rejected a proposal by the Charlton chairman, Mark Hullier, to pay a tax debt of £108,000 in instalments. And so Judge Justice Mervyn Davies had no alternative, he said, but to make a winding up order. So Charlton, once of the First Division and FA Cup winners, may have played their last match. Well, tonight there's been a crisis meeting at the Valley, and Mark Hullier and manager Lenny Lawrence have come straight to our studios from that meeting. Mark, first of all, what happened at that meeting tonight?
Basically, the meeting this evening was just to put to the manager formally, from my point of view, and also the club secretary, what the position is, what I plan to do over the next 48 hours, 72 hours, but really just to put them fully in the picture.
Well, one plan, obviously, is to find a lot of money, over £100,000 saved by Friday. Now, how are you going to do that?
The intention at the moment is, although the decision today went much to my surprise and our legal advisor's surprise against us, is to make an application for a rescission of the decision today. That hearing, we hope, will be heard on Thursday. Failing that, there is another lifeline, so to speak, in that we would appeal against, or I lodge in tomorrow and appeal against today's decision. But by Thursday morning, we have to come up with some kind of settlement to, or satisfactory to the Inland Revenue, so that we can go into court on Thursday, if we so decide, and apply for that rescission and hopefully put things as they were, and we continue to exist.
In other words, if anyone wants to save Charlton, they've got to move in fairly quickly and tell you about it.
Yes, absolutely. The time for talking or thinking about helping and has gone. We're past that stage. Charlton basically has 72 hours, and if people are interested in the club and capable of doing something, then I hope they contact us tomorrow.
Are you surprised that the Inland Revenue didn't accept your proposal today of 3 instalments of their money?
Shocked, totally shocked. There's no commercial attitude at all in the decision today. They were offered £108,000 basically over the next 9-10 days. They decided that they wanted the whole £108,000 today. It's not possible to pay them today. They were offered £36,000 today. They felt that they would prefer basically to have nothing rather than £36,000. I was totally shocked by it.
Lenny, if I can come to you now, I mean, you're obviously distressed about this situation as well, but what do you think the players feel about it?
Well, the players trained this morning and I discussed the various possibilities that might occur this afternoon with them. At the time that they left, we weren't aware that the club had actually been wound up. Obviously, it's their livelihood, and I should be speaking to them all individually tomorrow and keeping them informed. But I should imagine they're very concerned, as indeed I am.
I mean, there's a story that they haven't been paid for a month, although I gather that they are paid monthly, and that's only due now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's an exaggeration. As you say, Charlton players are paid monthly. That money was due to be paid today or yesterday, and hasn't been. And really, we're only running 1 or 2 days late, not a month, as has been suggested in the papers.
Will they get paid, Mark?
Definitely.
There's no problem about that at all?
No, the players would definitely be paid. All the staff will definitely be paid regardless of the outcome of the next 48 hours, 72 hours. They've been tremendous, and there will be no problem. They will certainly be paid.
What about this game on Saturday against Blackburn? I mean, it's imperative, obviously, so far as the Football League is concerned, Lenny, that match is played.
Yeah, we have to prepare for the game as best we can. As I understand it, in order for us to retain our Football League membership, whoever the owners may be, we have to fulfil that fixture on Saturday, and that is where the rush comes. I mean, you know, we have got, as the chairman says, 72 hours in order to put something together, whether it's through this rescission or whether it's through a new company being formed or whatever. It's got to be done very, very quickly.
In a word, Mark, I mean, you're a lifelong Charlton fan. What does it cost you personally, all this?
Well, a lot of strain and a lot of worry, but financially, from the company's point of view, it's in the region of about £370,000, but that's not as important as keeping Charlton afloat, and that will be wiped off if necessary to keep the club going for any new people to take over.
Sitting here this moment on a Tuesday night, do you think that match will be played on Saturday, and do you think Charlton will continue to live?
I'm hopeful that if people adopt the right attitude and have the club's interests at heart, and they come forward in time, then there'll be no doubt about the match being played on Saturday.
Mark Hullier, Lenny Lawrence, thanks very much for coming in, and good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
Clearly, if they are to be saved, they've got to be saved now. They're a great old club, and I wish them well. But now it's snooker at the Yamaha International Masters with prize money of £65,000 at stake. Let's join Dickie Davies now to bring us right up to date. He's waiting for us in Derby.
Well, I'm happy to say, Brian, we've had some fine snooker here at Derby today, and we have the highlights of it for you. Shortly, we shall be reflecting Alex Higgins' challenge for a place in the semi-finals. But let me first of all sort out the situation this afternoon. Remembering that in the first round of this tournament, there are 9 groups of 3 players in each group. They are played on a round-robin basis, and each of the matches are over the best of 3 frames. And then the winners of each of those groups, the 9 of them, go into 3 semi-final groups, and the pattern is exactly the same as in the first round. Now, the 3 men contesting this afternoon's first round group were the number 8 seed Terry Griffiths, twice a runner-up in this tournament, Jimmy White, who beat Terry in the Benson and Hedges Masters final last month, and Scotland's Eddie Sinclair. If you're watching this afternoon, you'll remember that we had to leave that vital match between the 2 men who were joint favourites to win this group, Terry Griffiths and Jimmy White, at 1 frame all, and Terry Griffiths leading 56-4 in the third. Well, not surprisingly, he went on to take that frame and the match 2 frames to 1. Jimmy White then beat Eddie Sinclair 2 frames to nothing, and so that meant that Griffiths had to beat Sinclair to qualify for the semis. Yes, and in those semi-final groups, he will join the 2 players already there, the favourite Steve Davies and the reigning champion Ray Reardon. After the break, it's the people's champion Alex Higgins, and that is next on Midweek Sports Special.
If you've got a long way to go, we've got a car you'll enjoy. The latest Sierra, a beautifully engineered long-distance tourer. It's a car with that quiet quality that makes it a pleasure to drive. It also has a deceptively large boot. Just as well sometimes.
Come on, darling. I'm ready. You'll have to move.
In fact, there's only one small problem. You might get beaten to the driver's seat. The Ford Sierra. Man and machine in perfect harmony.
Find a spring, please.
Springfield, it's a magical brew. Springfield is just right for you. Springfield, Springfield, terrific beer. Springfield is here,
Springfield Bitter.
One name brings you all the bright ideas in hi-fi tower systems. Amstrad. All the features, including a graphic equalizer and no fuss. And now, Amstrad bring infrared remote control within your grasp for an incredible £179. Or choose Amstrad's TS88 tower with twin cassette decks, so you can tape tapes too and enjoy remote control for a remarkable £199. Or discover Amstrad's stacked module stereos. At the touch of a button, the motorized deck glides out to collect your record, then glides back in to protect it while playing. Just £149, all with twin cassette decks, £169. Amstrad, one great idea after another. From Argos, Boots, Comet, Co-op, Currys, Dixons, Rumbelows, Wigfalls, Woolworth, and your local electricity board.
Applying for a loan from Lloyds Bank is more straightforward than you ever dreamt. All you do is fill in a simple form. Name and address and telephone, date of your birth, and married or single, and number of children. You can use the loan for all sorts of things. Or occupation. Nothing to you back with no, if it's not Lloyds, we're not annoyed. Purpose of loan, how much you want. Often you won't even need to see a bank manager, unless you'd like to. And very soon, you could have your dream living room. But to sign on the old dotted line and last, the date. At Lloyds, you'll find personal loans, a matter of form.
Today's toothpaste, Mentadent P, in a modern pump dispenser. Mentadent P helps you protect your teeth and your gums.
Welcome back to Midweek Sports Special. Don't forget the football, the highlights of Scotland versus Wales coming up a little later. But now let us continue with snooker from the Yamaha Masters. This evening's first round group gave Alex Hurricane Higgins star billing, and he was supported by the relatively unknown Jack Fitzmaurice and Australia's Warren King. Jack Fitzmaurice, making only his second appearance on television in 3 years as a professional, had to face the music first against the enigmatic Alex Higgins. Well, we join it with Higgins having won the first frame very easily, but it's a different story in the second. Fitzmaurice leads 16 points to 12. He's at the table, and the commentators this time are Dennis Taylor and John Pullman.